Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Mother Georgia, she's back on live, the historic 980 WDDO. All of a sudden, let's go live into the studio with our host, Brenda Sutton.
And hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Johnny, why are you over there playing with your phone? Does it ever stop?
Because, I just recently got rid of my flip phone, and I'm trying to learn about these phones.
Oh, okay. So, what's going on with Anderson Diner?
Look,
Are you giving away free food again?
I was just sending Mr. Jackson the photos from, there's a person that listened to the show, won dinner from Anderson's Diner to Feed Five, and the other listener won a dinner from Granny's Country Kitchen to Feed Five.
Okay, they giving away chicken or are they giving away I bet they're giving away dark meat or light meat. I'm just saying.
The whole thing.
And you like light meat, don't you?
Of course.
No. They usually like dark meat.
See, you're so low down.
I'll just hush. I'll be.
I don't know why you picking at me today. I'm trying to be nice and everything. I'm trying to be nice, and there you go picking at me, just picking.
Well,
and,
you're an easy target.
But it's true. I am an easy target. I just want to thank my husband, Big Hen, Harry Williams. Harry Williams sponsors our show. We just appreciate him so much.
My man, Henry, is a really great person.
Henry Williams Law. He didn't open up the law office, quasi open it. We're in the woo. So he got it going on. He be sitting there in his big old chair and trying to do work and stuff. And guess what I do for him, Johnny? I fix him a plate and take it down there. I feed him.
Lord, I was so scared.
Why?
So we get nervous when you say, "Guess what I did?"
For Henry, I'm like,
yes,
because they married. He's married now.
Yes,
we're married.
And she figures she can say anything.
But I can say anything because Henry sponsors the show.
We know.
Emily.
Yes.
I saw a whole bunch of soap. Did you see all that soap Emily had out there?
Yeah,
Emily got to keep her soap away from me because y'all put some soap around me and nobody tells me anything. I'll be biting and saying, yeah, because it looks
like something that you could just especially she has something.
It looks absolutely
and it
delicious.
smells just the way that it looks. It smells that way. So it is a natural soap, but it won't kill you, but it'll get in your bubble guts.
Listen, guys, 478-250-1444 is our call-in number. We are live.
Right.
And
all
we
the way.
Love to have you call in. And if you got a subject matter that you want to talk about, we'll certainly indulge with you. So remember, 478-250-1444.
But we're going to have some fun stuff on the show today, though, Johnny.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Some fun. And then it won't be so fun afterwards, but it'll be fun.
Oh, now she's turned into confunction.
Oh, well, Johnny, speaking of which, because, we try to throw you a little something. You be doing some good stuff. What's going on with y'all play? Y'all ain't on the road?
No, we'll be in New Orleans, Louisiana. Yeah, July 24th. And I had some, when we were coming back from Houston this time, I finally had a beignet.
Aren't they delicious?
They are. Because when I was reading it first, I was like, oh, man, a beignet is a donut.
Right.
But it's a different kind of donut. Mm-hmm. And it's really good.
It's airy and fluffy.
It's
and it has
airy,
the powdered
fluffy,
sugar.
And it will certainly, if you're sleepy, if you eat one of those with that powdered sugar, you will wake up. It's better than coffee.
Oh, wow. Oh, he didn't put out here. Look at this. They telling us what they got to eat over there.
Oh, yeah.
Anderson.
Okay.
Turkey Tuesday.
Turkey Tuesday.
At
Turkey
Granny
wings.
at Granny's Country.
Yeah.
No, Turkey
Awesome.
Tuesdays means that's the
They cook everything with
vegetables
turkey.
will be
Okay.
cooked
Pork.
in
Okay.
turkey. So there'll still be some collards cooked in pork, but there'll also be collards cooked in turkey, turnips cooked in turkey, yams and rutabagas and black-eyed peas and butter beans and snap beans, and you got rice and mac and cheese. But the vegetables, no, I can't say that today.
Vegetables.
Right.
Vegetables.
I'm really, that's something because you usually articulate your words so very well.
Hater. My aunt used to say vegetables.
My mama
And she
said,
still to this day, she says, "Are you eating your vegetables?"
Yeah.
my mama say the same thing.
Yeah.
Say it so we can hear it again.
Vegetables.
Vegetables.
I don't know what's going on with you, Johnny.
And I'm just saying, if somebody who didn't know our language and looked at how it was spelled,
Mm-hmm.
they would say vegetables
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah.
because they would see the word table somewhere.
Mhm.
See, this gets into the thing about knife, the word knife. And
we're not going to talk about phonetics today.
I'm just saying,
but we're not talking about
because I'll
phonetics.
never forget
Oh,
my friend.
look, Johnny, is that you?
My friend, yeah, that's the lady, Betty Taylor,
Hey, Betty.
that won. She's a listener, and she won the dinner for 5 to feed 5 at Anderson's Diner. She was happy to get it too. Boy.
Well, you need to give the telephone number
Oh,
so that they can give because you haven't done that.
Listen, listeners, throughout the show, I'll be giving you this number. Do not call this number. Text 478-228-0621 and identify yourself as a candidate to receive the Dinner to Feed 5 at either Anderson's Diner or Granny's Country Kitchen. They're both the same ownership. Granny's is called Granny's to honor Pastor Anderson's wife's mother.
Okay.
So that's why it is named Granny's. But it's the same recipe that have people around the block in line. So
they have some good food.
I always tell people when they come in and the line is long, I have one question for you. They said, "What is it?" I said, if you go to a soul food restaurant on a Sunday and there is no line,
there's something wrong.
You need to keep going.
But I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Emily has been so sweet.
What I do?
Emily has our grandbaby.
Yeah, so
goodness.
if you're out there and you've been having trouble finding a dependable babysitter,
right?
Emily AMOS, and Emily takes your kids to the movies,
water
park, to the High Art Museum. So you can really get your child some edutainment.
That's right, and culture, and they can have a cultural experience.
Yes.
Hanging out with Emily AMOS, of the owner of Naturalista. Down in Warner Robins.
Emily, Emily was talking about my grandbaby. You know how when old people have children. All I can say is when old people have children, old people shouldn't have children because the children come out right old. That's why me and him ain't having no children. The children come out be real old.
Little Benjamin Button babies. Listen, this little
Johnny.
most brilliant little girl, super brilliant. So I have my goddaughter. It's her birthday week rather.
Yeah, women celebrate. Y'all teaching that baby early to celebrate her birthday for the whole month.
No, listen, me and her mother literally got into an argument about this, like a real knockdown, drag out argument, because I said, stop teaching her that this early. Her birthday is one day.
That's it.
And that's it. And I said, it takes away from, like, the next day is someone else's birthday. Let them have their turn,
yeah.
To celebrate. We don't need to know that it's your birthday every single day of the month, because it's not your birthday every single day of the month.
Yeah, because we missed out on that other generation.
A whole big argument about it. And I just said, we just have to agree to disagree. But here's the thing. Now, she was raised for the first 13 years of her life. She was raised a Jehovah's Witness. So she missed out on birthday parties and everything. Right. So I told her, what you're actually doing is living vicariously through your daughter. So every birthday, she does over the top, elaborate, these massive birthday parties. And I said, but once you start that, that's something that you have to keep up. And as she gets older, she's going to require more, and you're not going to be able to keep up with that demand.
Tell her my birthday is August 25th. And,
mine is March 12th.
She can give me a party.
Yeah, mine is March 12th.
I'm sure longest is the little one is the star of the show.
That's fine.
So she was gone to Orlando for her birthday.
Okay.
And so now that she's back, I'm kind of doing some at home, normal, birthday stuff for her.
Right.
And so I picked up Denver, which is Brenda's granddaughter. And she's so these little adults, I swear she's been here before. And we get in the car and she buckles up and she was like, where are we going? I said, just sit back and relax, ride, just relax. And so she's talking and they're giggling and everything. And so all of a sudden, as I back up, my GPS starts to talk and she says, that thing talks? I said, yeah, it talks. It's letting me know which way to go. She said, don't trust a thing it says. It's a scam. So I had to pull over because I was laughing so hard. And I said, if that ain't Brenda Sutton all that day, that is Brenda Sutton.
She looks like me too.
And then listen, and she says, and then she kept saying every time she said something, she was like, no, that's a scam. That's a scam. And I said, everything is not a scam, Denver.
Oh, now she didn't get that from me. She got that from her granddaddy Henry.
Okay, well, so
Henry talking about everything is a scam. So.
Either way, I could tell
Henry.
she was around older people because everything is a scam. I said older.
She's around old people.
And so, but this is the funniest thing, and I know she got this from you. We pull into the movie theater. We turn the corner and pull into the movie theater. She says, oh, God, I hope there's a Dillard somewhere around here.
Yeah, that's definitely from Brenda. Definitely from Brenda.
What, you are 7. What are you gonna get in a Dillard's? And she just kept talking like she had, Dillard's money, and she was gonna go shopping in Dillard's. I said, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we're going to the movies, sweetie. Wow. We're not going to Dillard's.
You know what? I don't know why Denver be trying to put on that she got all of this right here like that. I really
her don't. Grandma got her like that. And Pop
Harry
Williams got her like that. Pop Williams got her like that.
Pop Williams. Now, speaking of being bad grandparents, we do have something positive to talk about.
Goodness.
I mean, this is positive, but the other part is kind of. Henry is a bad Henry, and I hope you're listening. Henry is a bad grandpa. Do you hear me? He take the children out. Told us a story. This is what he said to me. I'm taking the children out to eat. Now, they're going to eat breakfast. It's about 2:00 because he let them stay in the bed because that's what grandpas do and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Then I said, well, Henry, what took you so long? I'm letting them drive the car because our grandbaby's 16.
Oh, Lord.
So he driving. I wonder why they out. Oh, I'm sure he just like spoiling it. I mean, he probably rolling all to the side and everything. And then Henry said, you know what?
Look who's joining us in studio.
Who?
The 2 bandits.
Oh, the 2 bandits coming in here. Where they at?
No, they're in the other part of the studio. They're hiding from us now.
Oh, the 2 little bandits in there.
Yes.
They are sweet little angels.
I know I'm a bad grandma. I admit to everything.
Established that already.
You know what? And see, I don't even know why you even talking all that smack because you are a bad godmother. I just think that you're the one who needs some little parenting classes going on there. Because
she's saying that you're spoiling the kids.
Say it again, Johnny, so she can hear it loud.
You're spoiling the kids.
Oh, she gonna say every time about a birthday. Her mama do yada, 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 yada. But all I did was take them where? To the movies. They going to the water park. They been out eating today.
And Brenda, and
they staying in a hotel. Let me go and just put it on that there.
No, I did not.
And you took them to Dillard's.
Spoiling the surprise.
Oh.
They have not stayed at a hotel. No, they're actually not going to stay at a hotel.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't.
Well, broken refrigerator.
I ain't no broke refrigerator.
That light bulb, man.
Yeah.
It just ain't never came back on.
Yeah, I tell you.
Well, I just, they don't know.
Let's make a swift transition here.
Thank you.
The fellas were talking about how women always say that men are afraid of commitment and afraid to get married.
Right.
Well, now women, I want to just dispel what you've been thinking. Men are not afraid of getting married. They're afraid of divorce because y'all get everything.
Well, you may want to ask Henry Williams about that one. About
So take it from me. Men are not afraid to get married. They're afraid of divorce because you all get everything.
They do not.
You know what? It is hot in here.
I was going to say,
hot in the world.
It's hot in here, though.
He said in the world.
No,
It's
it's
right.
hot
in here.
in the world.
They used to have the fan going on.
I mean
in here.
something.
But they got like a little fan.
It's because we black.
I
That's
was
why.
watching the
It's
news
because we
this
black. We
morning,
ain't got no AC.
and they showed the map of the country,
Uh-huh.
and Dublin was the hottest place in the country at that time.
Dublin, Georgia?
Wow.
Yeah, and we ain't far.
Well, no, it's like burning up.
Yeah, because they said the heat index is in the double digits. I think today the high was 98, but the heat index is in the
Telling
double
you,
digits.
it's hot
so
everywhere.
Man, it's burning up. And you know who I feel sorry for is like some of the homeless people that are out there. And, because you were real sweet, in terms of taking care of people.
They are now. Here's the deal now. So a lot of homeless people, this has been my experience, they're doing little petty stuff to try and get locked up.
So they can
and
be in
the
there.
cops know who they are, so they're just slapping them on the hand because they know that they're doing this petty stuff, trying to get locked up so they can be out of this heat.
But can you blame them?
I don't.
I can't blame them because it's really, really hot, outside. And
I know they do that too during the wintertime when it gets to those nights where it's double digits or not double digits, single digits, or it gets into the teens. They'll do stuff intentionally to get locked up just so they don't have to, spend the nights, on the street.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Johnny, you were talking about why people don't want to get married. What guys don't. I know sometimes the guys want to get married and the girls don't want to get married.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I've seen that too.
People think the guys don't want to get married. That's not it. They just don't want. They don't
want to get divorced because they don't want to give up none of their stuff.
They're gonna give up.
Well, it ain't their stuff though. It's their stuff.
It's not their stuff. It's their stuff. You mean it's a collective?
Correct.
Once they've gotten married,
everything
they acquired together, it's a collective.
What?
That's what I'm for.
What?
Like if you're a lady or dude, whomever enters the relationship, like if a lady enters the relationship with $10 million and the dude got a $20,000 a year job, if they get divorced, he should not be entitled to her 10 million plus she had before he married her.
I agree.
She shouldn't be entitled to a penny of it.
Hey, Johnny.
And the same thing go for women.
I just kind of want to know why you want to be talking about stuff that's pertaining to relationships.
Oh,
I thought
we were making a transition from spoiling a secret, and we just wanted something totally opposite of it.
Oh, that's what it is.
Remember?
No,
what you said, the closed refrigerator, the broken refrigerator. That light bulb still off.
She's trying to be messy again.
I'm not trying to be messy.
She'll say stuff in innocence, and it'll be attached with the thoughts of others, and it becomes something real that's not real.
Oh, you try. I don't
messy
know.
Messy boots.
That's me.
Messy boots.
That's me.
Messy boots.
That's me.
Messy boots.
I's messy.
You know what?
I's real messy.
Remember, guys, 478-228-0621 if you want to be a candidate to receive, and it's like enough meat to feed 5, it's enough vegetables to feed 5, 2 different vegetables, 2 different pans of it, and cornbread, and the whole cake cornbread.
Because you had some big old pans.
Oh yeah.
You had big old pans.
I had never seen a whole cake until I moved to Georgia. I literally thought it was a pancake.
Yeah.
And I still to this day don't like them. I don't eat them.
You hadn't had the right ones.
I love them.
In
fact,
you got to get somebody who knows how to make them.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's the case because I had what if my
See, it's got to be some sugar in it.
No, it don't. You don't put no sugar in whole cake.
You can.
You don't put sugar, but you can put onions in it, but you don't
You
put
can
sugar.
put sugar.
You don't put
in
sugar
a
in
whole
whole
cake.
cake. You
Yes,
do
you can.
not.
I don't like
Johnny,
fried
you
bread.
can't cook.
Yes, I can.
You cannot cook. If you put in sugar in callers, listeners, please help me out. Help us to style. No sugar in whole cake bread. And now you talking maybe like
Isn't
Jiffy
whole
cornbread.
cake like fried cornbread, right?
Yeah.
Like a
And you
pancake.
call it whole cake, like
Yeah.
HOE cake.
Right.
I don't know
So
why
some people put sugar in their cornbread
they do when they
and
bake
honey.
it.
Yeah.
They do it when they bake
So
it.
why would they not do it if it's a whole cake?
You wouldn't do it like it's okay.
For a dinner to feed 5.
No.
Back to our original
Yeah,
scheduled program.
Jackson heard what I said.
Listen,
Mm.
let's go back to have anybody been watching the hearing?
Listen, here I put up a post today,
Mhm.
and the post was saying that did anybody notice that out of the 4 major networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, Fox is the only one that's not broadcasting the hearings.
Well, Fox wouldn't broadcast.
That's
it,
what I'm
though.
just saying.
What hearings are we referring to? Because I don't watch TV.
Oh my
so.
God, you need to watch these.
It's a congressional hearings on what happened on
January
January 6th.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
and really,
You need to watch these.
oh yeah, it's
must-see TV.
It is must see TV. It's illuminating. And some of the footage is like never seen. And you know, and so when I hear people on the other side talk about it, they say, well, you know, black folk been riding for years and yada yada yada. I'm saying to myself, honey, if black people had done even like 1% of what they went to the Capitol, it would have been a massacre. I mean, the way they went up there and tore it up, I mean, it was just
you really, you can use your electronics and pull up the first 2. It was one on Friday night prime time.
Right.
I never saw that before. It was on a prime time. Then one came on this morning. But you should catch up with the series, so when the next one comes on, you'll be up to speed, because it's like
I couldn't believe that.
It's
they went in.
It's amazing.
They went in, and actually Trump participated by encouraging him to go.
It's amazing.
And
watch.
and that's what they're saying. I mean, that's what the evidence is showing. So I'm not saying anything that's not.
No,
out there.
this is like an actual time they're
Right.
showing you. This is not the opinion of people.
That's right.
These are the people who were there in the Oval Office with Donald Trump, in these secret meetings, and they are talking about how many of them in real time doing all this stuff was, going in and having heated conversations with one another and threatening to quit. And some of them were saying the reason why they did not quit was because they thought further and said, if we quit, he's going to really bring in people who are his like thinkers and go along with everything he wants to do. So they needed to stay there to be resistance for America. It's so interesting, man.
It is. And then the thing about it is, then you have people that say they don't understand why they vote. They vote. I'm like, look at the hearings. Look at the hearings and understand why you need to vote. Why you need to make sure that you go out and in November cast your ballot. Now, what was going on with him? I mean, he was just flat crazy.
Yeah.
And the people that were there were tearing up stuff. Emily, they had built them a noose for Mike Pence. No, they had like a straight Hammond. They had a straight Hammond noose. I mean, like built up on pole at the Capitol. They said they were gonna hang Mike. Yeah,
you got to watch this.
You got to watch it, Emily.
It's not an opinion.
It's
right there for you to see.
I was like, what?
But they only locked up like 80 people. Out of all those people, they're showing you how that it's the Proud Boys and the
listen, I can't
Oath Keepers. And how their 2 leaders met this private meeting in the basement of this garage, and this guy that had been given permission to film one of the groups got wind of the meeting and was like tucked back in the back, and they didn't know he was there filming the meeting. He couldn't hear them, but he was showing you It's like a movie plot.
And they sat there and
It's
they did this stuff, and I don't know why they didn't think they were gonna get caught. Seriously, Mike Pence, which I'm not a big Mike Pence fan, I'm not, but they were gunning for him. They was gonna get him.
What? But
you know,
wasn't Mike Pence buddies with Trump?
Yeah,
So why would they?
Because he wouldn't change the vote. And that's why he's not friends with Georgia either, because he wanted Georgia to change the vote so that he would have those electoral. He still would not have won, but he wanted those electoral votes, and he would have done anything to do that. That's there again why it's so important that we go out and that we vote. You know, I'm just saying, I'm not a big fan of Mike Pence at all, but I didn't want to see him hung. I didn't want to see Trump. I mean, he's the president. I didn't like him, but I didn't want to see him get killed or anything like that. And there were some people on the Republican side that was in there keeping up all that foolishness. They really, you know, if it hadn't been for that black guy that took out, what was his name? He was from Utah, Mitt Romney. You know, he led him out. The Republican. I'm not a big Mitt Romney fan, but Mitt Romney got his life taken from him if it hadn't been for that black guy that led him out of there. It was a lot of people. It's a wonder that nobody didn't get killed. That's how bad. Well, some of the policemen got killed and hurt. It was one lady on there that talked about. I mean, she is still suffering.
She had suffered brain damage.
Right.
And she was describing how they were trying to hold the barricades up, right?
Right.
And they were pushing them back, and then they were getting hurt because there wasn't enough law enforcement. And she was saying that it turned from them being cops to protectors of the country and democracy. So they were actually like getting knocked out, pepper sprayed, somebody go back and try to revive them. They're bleeding. They're slipping, trying to get back up. She got a concussion, but she's slipping in her fellow officers' blood, trying to get back up and help them out because the crowd is so large and they need all the help. It's crazy. It's just, you got to watch it. So there's one guy, when I make my little comment about the fact that Fox wasn't showing it, his response was, well, they're not showing it because it's a show. And the entire committee is a waste of taxpayer money and time that could be focused on other things. So naturally, I asked him, here's an honest question. Have you been watching the broadcast, which aired Friday and today? His answer was no. So well, how can you offer an opinion on whether it's a waste or not? You are not watching it. I told him he was equivalent to the guy who doesn't vote, but always complaining about the politician that's in office. I figure if you don't vote,
come on now,
you should shut up. If you don't vote, just be quiet.
And by the way, I don't like Fox, but every now and then I will watch it just to see
what's going on,
what they have to say, which really makes me sick. But I listen to them. I listen to Rachel Maddow. I like to watch her on MSNBC. And of course, you all know that I'm with Georgia Women and those who stand with us. I'm a part of the steering committee. And, we've been writing letters about gun violence, about this particular thing, the hearing. And, our latest thing has been arming teachers. How can you arm a teacher? See, this still goes back to January 6th. Man. I'm like, how you gonna arm a teacher? Them cheering bad as I don't know what. It's some bad. I said it. It's some bad the cheering in school. And these kids are jumping on teachers. So if they got a gun, what you think they're gonna take it?
Especially the ones that think everything a scam. School is a scam. It's a scam.
It's a scam. But like they fighting in school.
Grandma, I need to be packing when I go to school.
Right.
Yeah. And what's gonna happen when Taquan or Hernandez or Billy Bob walk up to the teacher, because some of them kids is as big as the teacher, bust him in the head and take the gun and then shoot up the class. Then what? Because that's next. And it's frightening to me where this country is going, because there's nothing wrong with peaceful protest. Ain't got no problem with peaceful protest. That was not peaceful. Nothing about that was peaceful.
Nope.
And for all the people that say, well, it's the same thing. No, it ain't the same thing. But yeah, black people do burn up stuff, when we be having riot and loot, and stuff like that. I mean, we've done those things, but as far as going up to we've never gone to the Capitol and did anything. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe had we been up there with guns and stuff, it would have been another massacre. Don't you think?
I'm very sure of it.
Of course.
Things, things change around. Like, I remember, like now, in our neighborhoods, African-American neighborhoods, most people, like when they see the sheriff's car, the police car, they get off, they're like, oh man, they're not comfortable. They're not that welcoming to the police.
Mm-hmm.
Here come the police. Here come the police. Here come the sheriff. And firemen, they love them. How quickly we forget, though, that firemen back in the day used to turn their water hoses on black people all the time.
Nah, you're so crazy.
Well, I mean,
but you know what?
But
though?
today, they love the firemen.
But I tell you what, though,
and cops need to make a reverse, just like the firemen did,
Johnny,
and make the community love them as well.
But you know what, though? It's people that would love to see PC policemen in their neighborhood because the people so doggone bad. And the sad part
well, that's what I think they should do.
And let me just say it is. I mean, they're glad to see them come. They can call the police don't come.
They should set up those police houses in the community.
Where and who?
So explain what's a police house?
Yeah,
like,
what is a police?
I
guess it's station.
Abandoned home or something.
Mm-hmm.
They can take it, refurbish it, and let it be a little
precinct, a small mini precinct.
Small precinct. But you know what?
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
On some of this crime, man, because it is out of hand here in Macon, Georgia.
But you know the sad part
this
about
little store got robbed last night.
Which one?
Right there.
Right here.
What? The little store right here?
Right there.
On the corner.
And they couldn't have had much because every time I go in there, it ain't. I mean,
I think they got $12.48.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly how much they got.
It couldn't have been much. Yeah,
but they don't have anything on the shelf.
Right.
Do they have like gambling machines in there or something? Well, that's what it is. They want that slot machine money. I think. Well, I didn't say slot machines. I just said, whatever it is. Well,
I put the little store out of business.
Well, I didn't call it slot machine. What is it? What is the thing? It's not slots. What you call it?
I just call them the machines. People know what you mean.
They know what I mean.
The ATM.
And by the way, the police.
The ATM.
The police know it's
ATM machine.
All they got up there is a rotten banana. It ain't got nothing in the store.
We'll holler at y'all next week. Same day, same time.
A rotten banana and a bag of potato chips. It don't pay out any money. It's just for
somebody
fun.
said expired food.
Where they got expired food at? Oh man.
Just keep going, bro.
This Saturday at Title Square Park, there will be a Juneteenth celebration.
Yeah.
And speaking within the realm of that, the music world lost a giant a couple of days ago, Batim Muhammad.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You know Batim Muhammad, the guy who played jazz and everything. Remember?
Batim mastered almost every instrument known to man. And he was coordinating the event, and he took ill, and I think it's 3 days ago now.
Mm-hmm.
He took wings. So we just want to make sure we remember him in a very positive and prayerful light, because he was really a great person, not just a great musician, just a great person. Always had a wonderful temperament, always nice,
very
calm,
talented,
and bring peace to any situation. And he is sorely going to be missed. He is truly a world traveler with his musicianship. He's going to be missed, and that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm glad you're talking about the Juneteenth celebration. A lot of people don't really understand what's going on with Juneteenth. They, that's why I don't mess with 4th of July. I'm just putting out here. I don't mess with the 4th of July. They talking about picnic. Y'all know what picnic means. I didn't say that other word. But y'all know that's what it. And I'm like, I don't. They said, "What you doing on the 4th of July?" I said, "I ain't doing nothing. I wasn't free. My people wasn't free. Well, they ain't been free anyway. But but I'm like, I don't mess with 4th of July. I really don't.
Yeah,
I
and
Makes you feel guilty, doesn't it?
Jenny, when you gonna bring yourself so I can do your DNA? Because I know you got some.
Don't be trying to get off subject.
I know you got some colonizer in you.
I'm sure I do.
You probably got a bunch, but in fact, my cousin was sending me some stuff this morning about my white cousin, the one.
Yeah. Oh, we know which one you talking about. We know.
But anyway, she was just talking about how the doctors did a whole lot of trafficking.
That's my grandmother.
Oh, they
from
came
Sandersville.
Here the colonizers' offspring right here. There your grandmama. Looking like my grandmama. She mulatto. She half and half. She half and half. And by the way, and I think you got on your granddaddy's hat, ain't you? Johnny, ain't that your granddaddy's hat?
It's a colonizer's hat Johnny wears.
Johnny, and when I saw him in it,
she's gorgeous.
Johnny, and I saw you got your little shirt on. You got your colonizer tie thing on, hey?
A tassel.
Got my whip in the car.
And what you gonna do with your whip, buddy?
Run as fast as I can.
And where you running to? Oh, you going to catch Emily's granddaddy that's trying to steal that possum?
I do not know why we keep bringing up great granddaddy Pappy.
Lord.
Pappy Fields. Why we keep bringing up Pappy?
Pappy Fields stole that possum. But I hope you all run on down there to that celebration because that's going to be awesome.
There's going to be Times Square Park on Saturday.
And speaking of which, I've been seeing some things on the internet. These stores need to stop. They need to stop what they call capitalizing on things. Now, if anybody want to talk about Juneteenth and have a Juneteenth collection, it should be Emily.
Ice cream.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go back. It should be Emily. Mm-hmm. Emily got the soap over there. She got all kind of soap. She got the natural soap and stuff. She would know how to take it and mix it together so that it would celebrate our blackness and help us to get away from some of the chemicals and stuff. What do? They
capitalize on it. Bath and Body Works did it. Now Walmart is doing it. If you go down the Walmart aisle, they have Juneteenth plates, Juneteenth cups, Juneteenth tablecloths, Juneteenth confetti, Juneteenth banners. And I was like, I swear, if I see this in anybody's basket, I'm just gonna flip the script.
But
don't flatter me. Do not do the flattery.
It's business.
But it's not business.
Come on now.
And what black it's not. And
here's the thing. I could even get with you if saying it's business if they had been doing it for the last 100 years.
I agree.
Or the last 75 years or however long Walmart's been in existence. Right. I would believe that. But no, you're trying to capitalize off of the fact that they've made it a quote unquote national holiday.
Now I have a challenge.
What?
Okay.
Let's see if we can do some research.
What kind?
Because my first inclination is that it was an African American who walked into one of the offices of the people at Walmart and said, "I got an idea how we can capitalize on Juneteenth."
By the way,
I can assure you,
and I agree with you. Emily, it's called a house in the field, and it was that house.
So why would we blame Walmart?
Because they ought to know not to do it. They should know the history. You don't go in, you don't make money off
So you're going to deny that brother or sister their big bonus?
I sure am. Because they ought to not sell out like that. And by the way, and the one who walked in the office and did that don't know who they are. Because if they knew who they are, they would not capitalize on it. They only did it because they wanted money. All money, and you hear me say, all money ain't good money. Okay?
Now,
and see, like
it's insulting to me.
It's an insult.
I had to stop and choose my words carefully. It's the insult for me.
Right.
If it was a true, actual celebration of us as a people of our quote unquote freedom, then it's something that would have been thought about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It's none of that. It's simply just a capitalization on us as a people.
But what I'm saying, it hadn't been that long since we had the right to vote.
Right.
So I'm saying in terms of 100 years ago and all that stuff, we just really sort of kind of got comfortable with changing the minds of those that had us depressed and suppressed in a certain manner.
And
I'm just saying, a lot of the freedoms we experience now,
here's the
we
thing.
live in them like we've always had them, but we haven't.
That's my bottom line is who's going to profit from the Juneteenth plates and the Juneteenth napkins and the Juneteenth banners. It's not us. We're not going to profit from that.
We're not the
they
suppliers.
Are. Just like when Bath and Body Works came out for Black History Month, and they had candles and body washes and all of this stuff, and all they did was wrap it in kente cloth. We didn't benefit from that. It's a slap in the face because it was us that ran out and felt like, wow, they're finally including us in something. That's the illusion. They have you thinking that they've included you in something.
Wait. My baby got it right. It's called a what? Scam.
So because I had a friend of mine that was angry about it, right? About the Walmart deal. But my response was, if we don't buy it,
exactly,
then they won't make it.
By the way,
so that's the whole.
Why blame them?
But we're going to buy it because we want to be accepted.
No,
but we want to be accepted.
So, because I think that as a culture, as a whole in society, I think that we are becoming more conscious about what it is that where we're spending our money, how we're spending our money, and the companies that we spend our money with.
I agree
and
with
I
you.
believe that they've gotten so much backlash. I honestly do not think next year that Walmart will do it again, because every single thing that I've heard on Facebook or I've seen on social media, period, on all the platforms, is not good when it comes. So they even had a Juneteenth ice cream.
That's what I was going to say.
What exactly? Now, here's the thing. What does Juneteenth taste like?
Yeah. Oh, well, black folks love
what is
watermelon
Juneteenth
ice cream.
Johnny, what does Juneteenth ice cream taste like? Exactly.
So you're saying that this company is making something that appeals to black folk.
They think it appeals.
They think it appeals because all they know.
So what about?
It says that we look at the wrapper.
Does the black company own the company?
No.
I mean, does the black company own? Is that the manufacturer? The manufacturer.
No, it's not a black
produces
company.
The dreads, right? The dread,
all
these people run around buying dreads.
I got some.
Oh, you talk about like the fake, fake Tristan dreads or whatever.
Is that a black company?
No, that's we all know that's Asian owned.
But nobody's giving them grief.
Yes, they are.
We are giving them grief.
See, I'm in the beauty industry,
what I'm saying,
so I'm
they
buying
it though. They buying it.
But I'm telling you, there is a
grief.
shift. Listen to me. There is a shift in that whole beauty industry right now, where you have more and more African Americans that are owning beauty supply stores. You have more African Americans that are owning their own hair companies where you can buy directly from them.
Right. I'm talking about the manufacturers.
Hear me out.
Not the store.
I know people that have skipped the middleman, which is the Asian, which is the China imports of this hair, that have skipped out the middleman and are actually manufacturing. BuyBlack.com is one of the, they have some on there. Buy Black America is a website. There's several websites where these people are actually manufacturing their own. And here's the thing. We don't want to pay for it. It costs a little bit more money because we don't have that connect, that Asian connect, where we can get the hair for 25 cents a bundle and sell it for $50. We don't have that connect. So whereas you can go in the beauty supply store right now and buy it for $5, you may have to pay us $8 for it. We have a problem with that extra $3 because we don't get that extra $3 is actually getting put directly back into our community. But we're so caught up in the idea of saving the $3 so we can go to the club and swing the hair and buy a drink.
That's it.
We're not thinking about
it. Go ahead, because I ain't gonna forget.
Right, and this is the deal. What you've got to understand is what we're saying is ice cream is ice cream. It's the packaging of the ice cream.
That's what we're talking about.
Right. They didn't do anything. Because Juneteenth, if Juneteenth didn't have a taste per se.
We know that.
So why are you going to go and put some kente cloth or whatever you put and put Juneteenth? It's because there's some people out there.
Capitalism.
There are people out there who don't understand Juneteenth. There are people out there that look like you and I, the other side of me, that don't understand what our ancestors went through. So anytime we see Kenta cloth, we run to the store and buy it. Because they said they including us. No, baby, they're not including you. They're making a fool out of you.
Well,
and that's what it is.
But what about when Black History Month comes, right? And you go to church and everybody got on some kind of African print, right?
Right.
I don't care if they did buy that Homeland Village or wherever. They still don't know what the print means. They walk around with all these prints on, and they don't know if they sitting together with this tribe and this warring tribes prints on. Because they don't do their research.
But
what I wanted to ask about was about back to the hair. So you were talking about the Asian hair, and then we were talking about Blacks owning the manufacturers, right? So where are they getting the hair from? Are they still selling Asian hair? Or are they getting hair from Black folks? So is it a bunch of bald head Black women somewhere?
No, let me explain, because clearly you're a man, and no offense, but you don't understand how to work.
But
you have synthetic hair and you have human hair.
I'm talking about the real hair.
But by the way, Johnny, and first of all, let me just stop you right here. The problem is Black men yes they do. Yes, they do like long hair.
I don't know any Black man that went over to his woman's house and said, look, I brought you a surprise gift. Guess what it is? I don't know one that surprised his woman with weed.
Oh, they do that,
Johnny.
Johnny, maybe not you.
Listen, let me say this to what Johnny is saying. Believe it or not, they actually do. I deal with women all day because I'm in the beauty industry. This is literally what I do. I can tell you with 100, I can show you pictures.
So 1 out of 100.
Rents a hotel room. Woman walks in, there's a Chanel bag, there's some Coach perfume, there's 3 bundles of hair laying on the bed, candles and all.
3 bundles of hair.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know. It's called bundles. That's 3 bundles of hair laying out on the bed. That was a gift from her man. So men are actually literally gifting their women bundles of weed.
I guarantee you. He's 1 in 100.
No, he's not.
Or 1 in 1,000.
And by the way,
let me be surprised.
And by the way, Johnny,
my husband is not.
No, Johnny, you don't know.
A lot of men do.
I do not believe that.
Listen, when I used to wear my hair short, like yours, Johnny, I think you knew me then. When I had my hair short,
it doesn't matter.
I've had men to actually tell me that you have a beautiful face. Oh my God, you're drop dead gorgeous. I could never date you because my woman gotta have hair.
And by the way, it's a lot of men that don't even want you to even cut your hair. Yeah. Now my hair grow down my back, and it just grow. It'll just do it. But I'm telling you, a lot of men like long hair, and they just like it.
I never said men don't like long hair.
And what they'll do is
women would rather buy weave than to wash their hair and care for it every day.
I don't know. They still got to wash their hair and care for it.
I will. Hold on.
Well, all right, Mr. Cooper. How you know, Mr. Cooper's? I agree with you, Johnny.
But here's the thing. I will agree because they're not taught from birth how to care for their natural hair. See, when you're taught from birth to care for your natural hair, then you won't have an issue when you 30 or 40 or 50 dealing with your own hair. See, most of these girls, and I know for a fact because my mother did it, when you got to a certain age, they slapped a relaxer, or what they call the perm. They slapped a relaxer in your hair. And this is another thing. Nobody knows the difference. A perm and a relaxer are 2 completely different things. A perm is what Caucasians use to actually make their hair curly, right?
Oh, we have a caller.
A relaxer is what we use to straighten our hair.
Hello, caller. Hello.
Okay, well, maybe they'll call back.
Mr. Jackson, we can't hear him.
Tell them to call us back. So anyway, Johnny, there are men that actually do gift their women weave. But I think to answer your question, if they're taught to care for their hair from birth, in its natural state, that will be different. But a lot of women don't want to take the time. They just put a relaxer in the girl's hair. So the girl grows up getting used to the straight hair, so that when she becomes an adult, she doesn't even know how to take care. It's not that she doesn't want to. It's that she doesn't know how to take care of her natural hair. Like my hair has been natural since I was 13.
Hello, caller.
No, I was just saying, you said all black men. That's why I agree with you. You said all black men like
Is
long
this
hair.
Michael?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper.
Yes. You said all black men. That's the only reason I said I agree with John. He said not. I think he said not all of us like
I don't think it's
long hair.
very many of us.
No, I'm just saying he said all black.
Say that again.
He's talking about the fact
So
that,
we have a little feedback. You have to let him talk, and then
yeah, we got it.
and then we'll get a feedback.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper.
He gone. He was talking about the statement about how black men like long hair.
Okay.
And that's what he was saying. And I'm saying that's a myth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I put it like this.
We like somebody who we think is pretty. We don't care
well,
if she is bald.
we'll just have to do
We
a
would-
show on pretty women.
We would trade
Oh no,
we
you
would
won't.
trade in all that hair. Because if you bring in somebody who looked like something and they got hair down to the ankles, we will get rid of her in a heartbeat.
Well, you know what?
We are not that much in the hair as women think we are.
No, the conversation was on
We are not.
Juneteenth, though, and the fact that people use packaging to entice black people to go out and spend their money.
Yeah.
When they don't, when what we need to be dealing with is substance. And I agree with Emily 500%.
I do too about that.
And let me just
But
tell
it's
you,
the same thing
are
with
down,
hair.
but we are down on black folk when when it comes to buying products and just different things. We don't want to. If we got to spend $3 more to support a black business, we're not going to do it. But if somebody else asks you, said you spend $20, $30, $40, $50 on the bill, you won't even think anything about it. And so when I saw that Juneteenth ice cream, I was 38 hot. Because I'm like, you don't even know what Juneteenth is.
You know what? I wasn't upset. I just laughed because I thought it was so ridiculous. I was like, really? And my, thought and process was, what does Juneteenth taste like? And so it made me laugh because I was just curious. Like, I almost was this close to buying it just so I could see what they thought Juneteenth tastes like. And that's the insult and the irony behind it all. You just have to laugh because it's just that ridiculous. Like Juneteenth ice cream.
Ice cream.
Like what?
What is it? I mean, who would
is
do
it?
that?
Chicken flavored? Is it watermelon flavored?
Right.
Like what do
Does
you
it taste
all
like
think
collard green?
Ice cream
Is it
should
like
taste
lemonade?
like for Juneteenth.
Is it like lemonade? Remember that green? I don't know.
Sweet tea.
I think that it was a movie back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all may be too young for it, but it was Green Acres, I think, and it was what the perception that black people had of heaven, which was frying chicken, big old, frying fish and chicken. It was fish fries and chicken and lemonade and ice cream, and they was up there in heaven, and they was up there jumping around. And
it was Lena Horne was in it.
Was that it?
The movie you talking about?
And they was up there just laughing and singing. They had the little harps up there, just bug eyes and stuff. And it just really made me about throw up when I saw it. But it was a depiction of what black people perceive heaven to be, which is, to me, I guess, Juneteenth would be, oh my goodness, we're going to have like ice cream. They're going to let us have ice cream on Juneteenth. And by the way, and we have it in Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, Walmart also sells weave now. You can go on Walmart and buy braid hair. You can go on Walmart and buy crochet hair. So they're definitely trying their best to capitalize. And it's not because they want to include us. It's simply because they know that the African-American female, you guys can look this up, this is fact. The African-American female is the number one consumer in the world. Not in just the United States, in the world. African-American women spend more money than any other race.
On how they look.
Period.
By the way, just period.
We spend more money, whether it's clothes, hair, makeup, shoes, housing, cars,
but we do the most.
How they look.
So now companies like Walmart, Target, some of these they are targeting brands, or they're targeting things in the store that will appeal to African American women.
Woman's dollar.
And so that's why I have this constant crusade in trying to get our women to spend money with Black-owned, reputable Black-owned businesses, like your money will go so much further dispersed amongst your own community. These are billionaire companies that
Absolutely.
children will be millionaires for 10 generations to come. They're not hurting for our dollar. But the more we give it to them, that's why they keep cooning with Juneteenth ice cream and Juneteenth plates and Juneteenth.
Did you say cooning?
Cooning? Yes.
I call it buck dancing.
Either way, they know what they're doing. They know who they're targeting. They know what they think, and it's an insult of what they think will appeal to us as a community. And I have encouraged everybody I know, please don't go out to Walmart and buy no Juneteenth plates. You can buy the regular white plates. You can buy the regular Dole red plates, the great value plates, the same plate you've been buying all year.
Right, but don't go out there and support that mess. And let me just tell you what's going to happen to it, okay? And this is just, and you can agree with me, John, on this one too. Kwanzaa. Remember when everything, you could find everything Kwanzaa. And when after they burn it up and got all their money out, you can't hardly find nothing. I can remember back in the day, I used to collect black angels for Christmas. Boy, they had black angels all over the place. When we got, I guess they said, well, they don't need no more of them. You can't hardly even find a black angel. I don't do Christmas too much, no way. But you can't even hardly find nothing. So that's the issue. As soon as they think that Juneteenth is like they done got all the money out, you won't be able to find any more plates with the Kuna cloth and all that stuff on.
With the what?
She meant to say kente cloth, but we gonna let her have it.
I just want to see if y'all would listen.
I am.
Johnny, what you over there doing? You better get that phone number out and see if somebody wants some of them greens and chicken this weekend. Because you know it's about time for us to go out there.
I'm really just wanting to
get some greens, get somebody some greens.
He's posted it. Dinner to Feed 5. Text 478-228-0621. That number again is 478-228-0621. Text the number. Do not call it. Do not leave a message. Text that number. And it's for a dinner to feed 5 people. That's enough chicken to feed 5, enough sides to feed 5.
Yep.
Call that number. Text that number.
Right. Call that number.
478-228-0621. It's actually posted in the comments twice. So you guys reach out to that number if you or you know someone that's interested or that needs a meal for 5.
And be sure and continue to watch those hearings because we want you to make sure that you do that. And so that you'll know to get out and what? Vote. You know what? I kind of want to talk about Herschel Walker and his stupid self, but I didn't have time to do that today. So they were like,
he could run that ball.
In the famous words of Denver, it's all a scam anyway.
This is true, Denver.
Well, we do have to vote though, even though it's a scam. What am I doing? I'm doing something with this little mouse.
Can we next week talk about the progress of the removal of the blight in Macon? Because it was gangbusters for a couple of weeks.
What happened? They done towed out a whole lot of stuff.
No, that's my point. When they first got in office, it was gangbusters. Woo, I ain't heard nothing about it being lately.
Well, you know what?
I'm just saying.
But let me tell you who I really want to bring on from the city.
It was a scam.
I want to bring on Sharice Stevens. Is that a scam? You like Sharice?
I like Sharice.
Yeah. I want Sharice to come on and talk about how they can get money and with economic development in black businesses. That's what I want Sharice. And she said that she was going to bring on old boy from Newtown Macon with her. So we can see how we get some of that moolah.
All right, Newtown Macon. Okay, Sharice.
Sharice said, anytime, Miss Brenda, anytime, Miss Brenda.
Yeah, I really admire her. She's very dedicated and hard worker. She's very, very persistent about doing the right thing.
Yeah, and you know what? And the thing about her, she and I are like flyer twins because we was on the flyers in Uncle Tom's. I just thought
you know, there's a very big misconception about being a house slave. Those who were house slaves didn't really want to be a house slave.
I know.
Because they were,
the
dudes, they no folks, I don't want to be in the house.
But you was out there, you was one of those people that entertained us. You was out there singing and dancing.
He was a Sambo.
You've been listening to All of a Sudden. Join them every Monday evening from 5:30 to 6:30. All of a Sudden with your host, Brenda Sutton. That's every Monday. We'll see you there.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300